Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here for Unity. Today we're doing a multicolored heat embossing card, and we're going to be using Migration of Beauty, which is an absolutely beautiful stamp set designed by Andrew Bloom. And look at this beautiful stamp, never used before, can't wait to use it. And again, we're going to do multicolored embossing powders. For our sentiment, we're going to be using From Every Single Day, and I have it ready to go, and I think you are special is what it says. Be super encouraging card. You're gonna need two pieces of craft cardstock, once for the sentiment, once for the background. Then you're gonna need a white piece of cardstock. You're gonna need some thread, and I have this beautiful ribbon from, or twine, excuse me, from Hobby Lobby. And so whatever color you got or you want to use, I'm going to be using this really pretty craft color. I felt like it really matched that background. Then for our embossing powders, I'm using Lawn Fawn Rose Gold, which is the rose gold, very pretty embossing powder. Using Brutus Monroe Penny, which is a copper. And then we're going to be using the Simon Says Stamp embossing powder in antique gold, along with some white for the sentiment. And then you will be needing an embossing and watermark ink. And of course, I will be linking everything below the video. For the products, you will be needing Tombow, the mono permanent adhesive. It's just a runner, so whatever brand you prefer. I like these guys. And of course, you're going to need a mini Misty, and I will be using it without the foam. So let's get started. All right, so I have my stamp ready to go in the Misty. And so what I have done, I placed it without the foam, and then I'm using a piece of the magnets right in the center so it holds it. Just be careful that the washi tape isn't going to interfere with the stamping of the image. We're going to grab our embossing ink, and we're going to saturate the whole thing and be sure that we get the entire stamp set so we can heat emboss it. So I'm really excited about this technique. I love no coloring cards. And this is just another way to use all those beautiful embossing powders that you have. So I don't have a ton of different colors. I have more of the metallics. So this is definitely going to be a metallic based card. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stamp this over. I'm losing my little acrylic film there. And we're going to press down nice and firm to make sure that we get the entire image. And then once we got it, and you should be able to see if you got the entire thing, and I can see that we did. So we're going to go ahead and remove it. Be careful with the edge. We're going to set that aside, and we're going to begin with the ones that I have in a container. So grabbing the antique gold, I'm going to grab a little spoon here, and we're going to start at the bottom of the card. And trying to work quickly before the ink dries. And this isn't slow drying ink. Most embossing inks are slow drying, but just want to be quick about it. I'm going to set that aside, and then I have the piece of printer paper ready to go. And so because I don't have the next one in a container, I'm going to use the paper to really get that powder back. So there we go. So now that's going to be that rose gold going into that beautiful antique gold. I'm going to grab it and put it back because I'm not wasting this beautiful embossing powder. I'm going to set that aside. Then last but not least, we're going to grab the penny from Brutus Monroe and just covering the entire upper part of the stamp image. And then we're going to go ahead and heat set. All right, so this is what it ends up looking like once it's completely heat set. You have this beautiful metallic, it's very elegant looking, just really quite pretty. Now we're going to move on to the sentiment. So this is going to be matted over that. But while we let that cool off, I have the I Think You're Special, and this is from the Every Single Day sentiment. And this is a sentiment kit, the June 2018 sentiment kit, which is still available for purchase. And it has some really fun and beautiful sentiments. So I'm going to ink up the stamp set. I really love the beautiful font on it. It's like a typewriter font. And then we are going to use white embossing powder for this. And I felt that the white would match really nicely with the butterflies. And then we're going to go ahead and trim it, and we're going to put our card together. All right, so we have this ready to go. I have put some of the roll of adhesive on it, and so this is going to go this way. But before we do that, I have the strip of my twine that I was talking about earlier. So what we're going to do, we're going to put it onto this one side, and then we're going to attach the card base to the card panel, and in this case the card panel being the craft, and just making sure that we're going to do this nice and even, and we're going to tie the bow at the end. And the reason why, it just, you know, it's holding it for you. You're utilizing the back panel to hold the cardstock for you. So we're going to place this down, and be sure to place adhesive on all the sides. I'm going to come in and tie my bow, and then we'll move on to adding the sentiment and any other embellishments we'll be adding to the card. So I really love this metallic non-coloring card. It's super easy to make, and if you don't have the specific stamp set, you can use anything you want. Unity has so many different types of background stamps. You can even do Christmas. It would be really pretty to use some of the new Christmas background stamps. All right, so our bow is ready to go. So I have my sentiment strip that we had stamped and heat embossed earlier. Then I have pieces of little foam. So I'm going to add my little foam pieces to the back of the card, or the cardstock strip here. We're going to place it right on the center. Make sure it's nice and straight. And then for embellishments, I have these beautiful sparkling clear embellishments. I'm going to lift up, and then we're just going to add these. So I'm going to place them down and then come in with my adhesive. So for my adhesive, I'm using the Mono Aqua Liquid, and then to grab these embellishments or sequins, I'm using the Crystal Katana, which has a wax tip. If you do not have any of these picker-upper tools, you can totally use a wax crayon to pick it up, because a wax crayon will pick up very light embellishments or little die cuts, which is really neat and easy, and everybody has some crayons. So hopefully you got some on sale when the back to school sales were going on. And guys, that does it. Super easy embellishments, clear. We're doing metallic, non-coloring, multicolored heat embossing. This is Crystal Thompson for Unity Stamp Company. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.